Tim Cook, you pulled a fast one on us, okay? I didn't get much of a heads up for this. This was the one morning I decided to sleep in, and now I missed the launch. But yeah, Apple just updated the 13-inch MacBook Pro. That's right, 13-inch. We know for sure now. It's not a 14-inch, and overall, there's some good updates here, but for the most part, I think this is going to be underwhelming because I know there was a lot of hype leading up to this MacBook refresh, and there was a lot of stuff you guys were hoping was going to happen. It feels like the 16-inch MacBook Pro got a complete makeover back last year, but this thing just got a minor bump. But let's begin. Alright, so this is why you should have believed me last month when I said do not buy a 13-inch MacBook Pro right now. We knew that there was some type of upgrade coming in May, we just didn't know it would be on Star Wars Day, which is very soon. We thought it would be in the middle of the month, but hey, this is kind of minor anyway. So obviously, the Magic Keyboard has returned. So you have the Escape key and the inverted T arrow keys on this design as well, the Touch ID button separated from the touch bar, and of course, the butterfly keys are officially gone, as we expected. There was no way Apple was going to introduce a MacBook Pro refresh like this at Worldwide Developers Conference because they don't want to talk about the butterfly keyboard. They just want to quietly kill it off so that now the Magic Keyboard is standard across MacBook Air and both MacBook Pros. They also doubled the default storage, which is in all the headlines, but it's really not that impressive when you know that the MacBook Pro used to start at 128 gigs by default on a $1,300 device, which was insulting. But yeah, I guess they've doubled it now to 256, which is good, but kind of overdue. You know, they should have done that a while ago. And also, some models have the new 10th generation Intel processors, which should allow for some big CPU and graphics boosts. But notice I did say some, which I also find kind of disappointing. The $1,200 and $1,500 configurations of the MacBook Pro are still shipping with the 8th generation Intel CPUs. So there is some performance boosts here, especially on those higher tier configurations, but definitely not too much on the cheaper end. Those seem to just be storage doubles and the Magic Keyboard redesign and stuff like that. Also, the wish of killing off the two Thunderbolt 3 port models has been crushed because, yep, once again, still the $1,300 and $1,500 configurations of the MacBook Pro still have two Thunderbolt 3 ports on one side, and if you want to get four Thunderbolt 3 ports on a 13-inch MacBook Pro, you gotta buy the $1,800 configuration. And also, if you want to appreciate some of the new speed improvements on the 10th generation Intel CPUs, you also gotta spend $1,800 or more. They also have better maxed out configurations now, so the 13-inch MacBook Pro is now capable of 32 gigs of RAM and up to 4 terabytes of storage, which, given the MacBook is so light, that is pretty impressive, but not something we haven't seen before in the MacBook Pro, just not quite in this form factor. Other disappointing things that we thought we might see in the 13-inch MacBook Pro is there doesn't seem to be any mention of the studio quality microphones we got on the 16-inch MacBook Pro, and there's also no update on the speaker system. It appears that it's the exact same speakers that were on the last 13-inch MacBook Pro, so if you were hoping for a big overhaul there, I'm sorry. And yeah, the display has not changed at all, which I was kind of worried about. I think I brought that up in previous videos, that it doesn't sound like there was going to be a screen overhaul with this update, even though we all really wanted it because we saw the 16-inch MacBook Pro, you know, get a little bit bigger, so we figured why not bring that to the smaller model. But sounds like they just wanted the bigger MacBook to get bigger. They didn't really care that much about the smaller MacBook, and the bezels appear to be the same size as well, so basically no changes to the screen, and of course no changes to that webcam. But at this point, I don't know why you guys expect anything to happen with the webcams. We should just be grateful they have them at all, and it wouldn't shock me if Apple decided to lower it to 144p potato quality just for the sake of, it's a webcam, who cares? I don't know about you guys, but it also sounded a little bit disappointing that despite all of these upgraded configurations, you still max out at a quad core for the 13-inch MacBook Pro, which is probably still really fast and impressive for a device this size. But when we're kind of growing accustomed to seeing MacBook Pros with 6 cores and 8 cores and iMacs with 6 cores and 8 cores, seeing a MacBook Pro that's well over $2,000 still max out at a quad core, it's like, really? Just 4? But either way, it's supposed to offer 80% improvement in graphics, which is quite substantial, and up to 4.5 gigahertz speeds with Turbo Boost on, which I'm sure is fast, and I'm sure you're going to get lots of channels that buy this thing and compare to the last gen and see some noticeable speed improvements. I'm not going to be one of them though. Pro. It's the same design as before, just with an updated Magic Keyboard, and I'm interested in getting a MacBook Pro later this year, but preferably when the 10th gen CPUs come to the 16-inch MacBook Pro. So I'm not going to be buying this thing, but don't worry about it. I'm sure some people will. And the updated graphics and CPU performance does mean that these MacBook Pros can now plug into the Pro Display XDR and support them at a full 6K resolution. So if some of you out there had Pro displays but wanted to use them with your tiny compact MacBooks, I guess you now have that option. Battery life also appears to be the same on the 13-inch MacBook Pro, so sorry, no upgrades there. And bizarrely, still no Wi-Fi 6 compatibility. If you go to the wireless section for this laptop, they're coming out nearly halfway through 2020 and they're still not rocking Wi-Fi 6 support, which I find a little bit bizarre. Hopefully we get that on the 16-inch MacBook Pro whenever they decide to update that with the 10th generation Intel chips. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's kind of underwhelming. There were a lot of upgrades we thought we were going to get with this thing that we didn't, and I can see why Apple decided to just randomly drop it on a Monday, because it's not terribly exciting. I don't think I'm going to make any more videos on it other than this one, so if you guys had some wishes or you guys think I'm being too hard on the new 13-inch MacBook Pro, please feel free to hit me up on Twitter, join my Discord, and we can chat more about this very sudden refresh over there. This is your Apple Sheep here, and give me some more warning next time. I need it a little bit better than it's dropping in 1 hour. Take care, guys.